Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I see everybody saying hello to one another. Is anyone hearing me? Okay, Randy put a 1. So, to my left is my husband, and we wanted to come on and address a few things.
All right, so last thing I thought I would be doing is coming on one of her shows. This is certainly her thing to do, and but however, you know, there's been some talk back and forth, certainly some negativity towards my wife, and you know, I feel that it's important that I address that because that's my job to be supportive. So certainly, first of all, I want to apologize to, you know, her audience. Certainly you folks come on here because you want to hear information about cases. Maybe you're just interested. Maybe you were affected by some of these cases personally. You know people, whatever the case might be. You certainly don't want to hear about issues between creators. But that's what I'm here to address. So just want to have a quick discussion about that. So as most of you are aware, Jenny certainly was doing some work with another creator. They did split. That does happen from time to time. Certainly creative differences, whatever, you know, that's just something that happens. Unfortunately, after that, you know, Jenny is, you know, she's very supportive of other creators. You know, as long as you are a positive influence in the community and you don't attack other creators and support each other, the important thing is, you know, trying to get activity and get information out there so that maybe somebody can get helped, right? In the end, maybe somebody can get some resolution. And if that comes to her from one of her shows or through another creator, that's awesome, right? I think that's why most of the creators are here. Now, from Jenny's standpoint, certainly, she has a full-time job. This is not something that she does to take, you know, to earn a bunch of money, right? That is not how this works. And for those of you who are creators on the show, you know, you've watched her show, you know how many subscribers she has, you know how much income we're talking about here. It's peanuts, okay? Now, you also know as creators that there is expenses, especially for a channel like this. You know, if you do things the right way, there are subscription fees. There's, if you want transcripts of cases sometimes, if you want back records of newspaper articles, if you want to do background checks, all those things cost money. Now, I certainly support her in doing this. Again, not in it to make money. However, she has passion. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, when this split happened, there was a contention out there from that individual that there is monies owed. And the conversation, unfortunately, started from that individual. Either you pay me said money, no amount, right? Or I will make it hard for you on the internet. And certainly you can do that, right? You can say whatever you want. Very little ramifications for a thing. So at this point, certainly some negativity, direct messaging and whatnot has come in this direction, and it is certainly unwarranted. So, you know, Jenny talked to me about it, and she's like, what do I do? And I said, well, call them. Have a conversation, right? That's what adults do. Have a conversation. So she's reached out multiple times. And unfortunately, this other individual does not want to speak to her. It's unfortunate. Again, she would support him if he was supportive of her and the rest of the community. Certainly, it should not have to go this way. The other thing she said is, she said, well, you know, can you look back through and see actually what the channel made and what the channel spent? Now, in our household, I do the books, so to speak, right? So I pay the bills, credit cards, all that good stuff. So I went back and I looked through since her and this other individual started working together, looked through all the income. I also looked at all the spends, because we certainly agree that if you're working co-creatively on a project, it's hard to say, who did more work than the other. So we said certainly half makes sense, right? We're fair people. But anyway, so certainly went through, tabulated the income, subtracted out the expenses, divided it in half. Okay. So we believe that there was half work there. Now, what is also a piece of that is has been funds and physical goods sent to said person since the beginning, all along, to pay for some of this activity, right? When I do the books, adding everything together, it is not that she owes this other individual. It's actually the other way around. It's not very much. We're only talking about $90. We are not petty people. Certainly not going to ask somebody for $90. Again, we're not in this for the money. However, out of fairness, we just want to make sure everybody understands that the things that are being said are not true. You guys can do with that what you will. There's certainly a lot of supposition, opinion, whatever. I have receipts. I have bank statements. I can easily validate every single charge, every single credit, every single debit. It's kind of hard to refute that type of logic in the business world. So, having said that, I would appreciate, if you have questions. Again, it's not typically why you guys are here. So if you're clicking on this in the future, you'll be like, oh, what is this all about, right? But certainly, in order for her to continue to do the good work that I think she's doing, it's important that we get that out there. So, again, she will support other creators. Other creators will support her. I think most of you who know her as a person and how she approaches things will stay supportive, and we thank you for that support. Again, just trying to clear up the rumor of the whatever. At this point, we would be just hopeful that, the other individuals that have either put those claims out there or supporting those claims just realize, hey, they're not true. Stop it, right? So it's easy to attack from the other side of a keyboard, which is why I came on here live, certainly, again, in support of my wife, because it is that important, right? We should not be treating other people that way for the right, or, we just shouldn't be doing that. That's all I got to say on that. So certainly if you have questions or other things, hopefully now we can get back to the really important stuff, right? Because if if something she says, one of the other creators, even a creator that she doesn't get along with, in a conversation, all it takes is one person to have the right recollection about a thing. Maybe one law gets changed, maybe some police department somewhere says, hey, let's go look at that again. And if they figure it out, then everybody wins here. Okay? That's what this should be about, and really nothing else. So I think I've said my piece. So I will let you go back to do what you do.
Thank you.
And I, thank for, everybody that's on and listening. Carry on.
Thank you. Thank you all for, I know I've seen some comments that nothing's been said. There were comments made last night on his show. Therefore, that is why I'm addressing this publicly now. Even while I've been sick for the past few days, just to get it out. I wish him all the best on his new channel. I'm not here to hurt his channel. I hope he does good. But the things that he's saying behind the scenes regarding me has to stop. Yeah. So I just wanted to put this out here. It's a very short statement. I am actually going to bed right after this. I spent 4 hours in the emergency room this morning. They think that I may have Lyme's disease. So I was put on antibiotics. And so for those of you just coming in, there has been things said about how I owe another person money. And from what you just heard, if you didn't hear it, go back. My husband takes care of the money for the channel, so he knows best what's been paid and what hasn't, or what money we have. So just trying to clear up my name and my reputation. I never thought it would get this far. And I'm very, very sad that it did. So, like I said, thank you for joining us. I want to say thank you to Rick Snay. He moved his live from 8 to 8:30 so that I could do this. And I appreciate that. But I am going to go get some rest. And as soon as I'm feeling better, I will be back. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate it. Much love. Mwah. See you later.